You know, I still haven't heard one liberal explain why they hate Trump's deportations, but they were all okay with Obama deporting 3.2 million people. So, just waiting for an explanation.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, I think I can help you out with that. Now, I can answer your question in two parts. The first answer to your question is math. In 2024, roughly 8 million people became eligible to vote for the very first time. That would put them right around 18, 19 years old in 2024, which means when Donald Trump first got elected, when Barack Obama left office, that would put those newly eligible voters in 2024 at about 8 years old in 2016. And personally, I don't know many 8-year-olds that are concerning themselves with the immigration policies of the current president of the United States. And let's even take it a step further. Let's say 2024 election was the second election they were eligible to vote in, meaning 2020 was their first, which means they were around 18, 19 years old in 2020, which puts them around 14, 15 years old in 2016 when Donald Trump first got elected. I don't know many 14-year-olds that are concerning themselves with immigration policy either. That's roughly 16 million people that were either first or second-time voters that would have had zero first-hand recollection of Obama's immigration policies. Now, part two to your answer. Nobody's mad about deportations. We all understand that deportations are part of having a country with borders and immigration law. The issue lies with who is being targeted for deportation and the manner in which they are being targeted and deported. Those are the issues. This is talking about the Obama administration. The administration made the first priority, quote, threats to national security, border security, and public safety. That includes gang members, convicted felons, or charged with, quote, aggravated felony, and anyone apprehended at the border trying to enter the country illegally. In 2015, 81% of the removals were the priority one removals, meaning that they fell under the category of threats to national security, border security, and public safety. The article goes on to say, who is being deported? With the focus on criminals and not families, the administration has moved away from those living and working in the U.S. without a criminal history. What a concept. Quote, felons, not families, criminals, not children, gang members, not a mom who's working hard to provide for her kids. Juxtapose that with this LA Times article written July of this year. From June 1 to June 26, ICE data shows 2,031 were arrested in a 7-county area. We're talking about California. And about 68% of those had no criminal convictions, and 57% had never even been charged with a crime. The Obama administration targeted criminals, people who posed a threat to the country and to American citizens. In 2015, 81% of the deportations fell under the priority one category that they were looking for. 81%. Compare that to the people that they're arresting in California, where almost 70% of them have had no criminal convictions and almost 60% of them have never even been charged with a crime. The other big difference is due process. Now, it's true. The Obama administration did not always provide due process where it should have. Because of that, they got themselves sued by the ACLU. Rightfully so. On the other hand, the Trump administration is working very hard to try to convince you that undocumented immigrants are not entitled to due process. They're wrong. They're lying to you, and you keep buying it. The Trump administration is also trying to normalize racial profiling when determining who to detain in order to ask questions to.
Look, people need to understand, ICE officers and Border Patrol, they don't need probable cause to walk up to somebody, briefly detain them, and question them, based on their location, their occupation, their physical appearance, their actions.
So, to put it simply, we believe that deportation should be based on a criminal record and whether or not someone is a threat to the country or my fellow citizens. Whereas you guys seem to think it should be based on skin color and whether or not somebody was at a Home Depot.